Intros are in order. And I know if you're reading the description right now, you're thinking, you're 15 minutes late. You're over 15 minutes late. There's a reason for that because once again, my third party streaming software is not allowing me to simulcast. Again, for the millionth time this year, I'm having issues. So, not very happy right now. But if you were viewing this from wherever you're viewing this, clearly I figured something out, or I had to download and then re upload again. Whatever, it's fine. It's fine. Everything is fine. Like the dog surrounded by fire meme. I will be back in about 20 seconds for introductions. Whew. Okay. That was incredibly irritating. Anyway, hello and welcome to another episode of Tarot by Hilary Live. I am your hostess with the mostest, Hilary of tarotbyhilary.com, professional tarot reader and EFT tapping practitioner, here to demystify the mystical and put you in touch with the most beautiful of gifts, your own intuition. Because yes, my friends, do not argue with me. You have intuition. On tonight's episode, we are doing another unboxing, but this time around, it is more a revisitation. As per the description of this video, we are unboxing the 8 Coins Tattoo Tarot by Lana Zellner. The reason why we're doing that is because I was just doing our Feral Friday with the lovely Melissa Sanova over on the gram of Insta earlier today, and we didn't have any takers quite when we started doing the live. So I was just like, ooh, well, I have an entire box of stuff that I got from Llewellyn. So let me drag it into this room and show everybody what I got while we were waiting for questions to come through for readings. So I have that box next to me. I did that over on the Gram of Insta, so you can definitely check it out. It was saved this time around today. Yesterday, for some reason, we did do Feral Thursday because I happened to have 2 days off in a row from my retail job. So that was very nice. So I was just like, we can feral both days. Hey, hey, hey. So on Thursday, our session was a bit more feral than normal, and it ended up disappearing. Like Melissa couldn't save it. We don't know the reason why, so it didn't get saved. So hopefully you were one of the few people that tuned into Feral Thursday, because that's for your eyes only. We couldn't get it to save. I don't know why. But today's session was saved, so you can go check that out on my Instagram or Melissa's Instagram. I'm tagged in both, so you can see it both ways. And if you want to see a little bit of a preview of some of the decks that I got sent from Llewellyn. But while I was doing that, I was just like, oh, well, I also have a couple of things in this box that did not come in the box originally because I was just moving things around and arranging. And I'm just like, this is actually a really great deck. And so I was just like, you know what? Did I do an unboxing of this? And the answer is no. I never did an unboxing of this because I received this at the time that I wasn't doing unboxings. So it's the 8 Coins Tattoo Tarot by Lana Zellner from US Game Systems. So I know for a fact that I bought this for myself. It was not sent to me. So US Games, hi, hello. If you'd like to send me reviewer copies of your decks, I would be happy to review them for you. Anyway, so that's what we're doing tonight. So Fran is here. Hello to Fran. Hello to Katie. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So yeah, thank you for rolling with the fact that I'm 15 minutes late, because I just took the last 15 minutes trying to figure out why the heck I'm not simulcasting again. So I will download this and re-upload this to the tube of you after the live is over. And I thank you for rolling once again with the technical difficulties. At least I don't need to do a tech check on the side of the Book of Face, because I know you guys are commenting, so I know you guys are seeing things. So very frustrating. Okay, so let us do the main pillars of the episode. And actually, let me put up my special overlay for unboxings, which you guys have, I'm sure, grown accustomed to now that I've been doing a lot of unboxings back to back to back. But yes, tis another unboxing episode, which is more of a revisitation because, like I said, I've had this deck for a very long time. Actually, I'm kind of curious as to when I purchased it. Probably when it first came out. Copyright year was 2017 from US Game Systems. Beautiful. Had to. Oh, good. So you too, Fran. I've been having issues with editing and uploading pictures. Cool, cool. Actually, my husband was saying to me earlier this afternoon, when it seemed like our entire apartment building just was full of screaming kids and yelling and caterwauling, and I think some of our neighbors did a ding dong and dash because someone rang our front door bell and then ran off giggling, and I was not having it this afternoon. Like I have my villain makeup on. I am not the one. At least not today. But my husband said, he's like, is it still a full moon? Because it feels very full moon energy-esque. And I'm just like, I don't think it is, but we will take a look at the AstroBiz Digest for the astrological reason why. Oh, water is good. So no need of the Morticia Adams scissors tonight because this is already opened and has been in use, though I have not used it in quite a while. So this will be a very nice revisitation. Although I will do my best to try and find the major arcana, but that is the con of having it be a deck that I've used before, because it is not in order, in the original order of the Fool Through the World, because I've used the deck before. So, but good to know that other people are having similar issues, similar weirdness going on. Yeah. Tis the season. It's not just spooky season. It's also, I don't know, weird and not in a good way season. Okay, let's do the astrology from Teresa Reed's wonderful AstroBiz Digest. Let me go ahead and hide my face. You don't need to see my face for this portion. Astrology in layman's terms, straight to your email inbox. I have, it is geared towards entrepreneurs and business owners, but I have found it to be incredibly helpful in planning both my personal life and my professional life. So $99 for a year-long subscription, and you can get a copy for yourself at thetarolady.com/astrobizdigest. Digest. Okay. Let me go ahead and hide that, and let's take a look, because I know that today was a little bit, I don't know, calmer, supposedly. Astrologically, that is. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Okay. So, weekly forecast for October 6th to the 12th. Can you believe we're in October, guys? Like, I'm loving it. I am. I'm grateful for the cooler weather. I'm grateful for the actual October weather because a couple of days ago it was like 80 degrees, which is just not very Halloween-y to me. Sorry, it's not. So if you all were feeling a little bit overwhelmed on Monday, there was an astrological reason why, and that was all of the major cosmic action happened on Monday. So that is as follows: Mercury slipped into Scorpio on the 6th, transit that favors secrecy, depth, and intuition. Uses vibe for research, secret offers, sales and meetings, and intense conversations. Your business instincts will be stronger than normal, so follow your gut even if it doesn't make sense, especially if it doesn't make sense. Lastly, this is your cue to keep some situations to yourself. While transparency is lovely, the public does not need to know every dirty little detail. Mercury remains here in this energy until the 20th. So Mercury in Scorpio from the 6th, so that started on Monday, until the 20th. Put the finishing touches on projects or offerings created earlier in the year when the full moon in Aries shows up on the 6th. Again, full moon in Aries, also on Monday. You might be tempted to rush off to the next big thing, but this lunation says hold your fire. Finish what you started first. Also, make time to celebrate your wins. Full moons are perfect for acknowledging achievements. So those were the big two transits, and they were both happening on Monday. All right. Now for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So Friday, today, October 10th, the moon is in Gemini for the next 2 days, your best lunation for newsletters, meetings, wit, writing, and social media. Engage in these activities and your business will buzz along nicely. Today's skies are clear, so go ahead, write your face off, or network like you mean it. Today, Friday, October 10th, is a power day for Gemini and a weekday for Sagittarius. All right. You with me so far, everybody? With me? Yeah? Yeah? Okay. Saturday and Sunday. On Saturday morning, Venus is locked into an opposition with Saturn for the weekend. The public is not in the mood to part with their cash, so sales and marketing could fall flat. Send out a snappy newsletter when the moon trines the sun at 7:14 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Even though the Venus-Saturn opposition is hanging tough, a well-written newsletter could charm your audience. The evening is dicey due to the moon squaring off with Saturn at 9:30 p.m. and Venus at 10:56 p.m. and promptly stationing void after that. Do not bother working late into Saturday evening. Instead, find ways to pamper yourself or rest. Sunday's Cancer moon favors a day at home with loved ones. Tidy up your nest, chill out, and cook comfort food. If you insist on working, the Moon Mercury trine at 6:10 p.m. is divine for a dinner meeting. Other than that, this weekend is kind of a bust. So Saturday is a power day for Gemini and a weekday for Sagittarius, as well as Friday. And Sunday is a power day for Cancer and a weekday for Capricorn. All right. So before we move on to unboxing or revisiting the 8 Coins Tattoo Tarot, does anyone have any questions about Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, knowing full well that Monday was where all of the astro was happening? I'll give you a second while I hydrate myself. Anything for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? Do I hear anyone? Do I hear any takers? Going once, going twice. Sold. But also, I can always take a peek back. Nothing for me, thank you. Okay, so let us take a look at The 8 Coins Tattoo Tarot by Lana Zellner. Again, this is published by US Games. It was published in 2017. I kind of want to take a peek at my 8 coins. I think the last time I took a look at this was my 40th birthday. Was that yes. So the last time I used this deck for as deck of the month for card of the day pulls was the year of my 40th birthday. So that's going to be a while as I'm 44 now. So let's see. Yep, that was the deck of the month for the month of March. Yes, month of March of 2021. I was hoping maybe I had like an email receipt or something so I could find out exactly when I received this, when I started working with it, but I don't, so I won't. But I know I must have purchased it because it's US Games. So here we go. The box looks like this. Very, very good packaging. Deck and book set. Here's the sides and the sides. Okay. And on the back, this vividly illustrated deck follows the artistic development of tattoo artist and designer Lana Zellner. The 82 card deck includes all of her original tarot art, plus 4 new cards painted specially for this edition. So I don't know what edition this was. I could probably figure it out. The cards feature art forms and iconic imagery from both tattoo and tarot traditions, all hand-drawn and painted using the watercolor painting style of spit shading. The set includes 82 cards. Remember, 82 cards. All of her original tarot art plus 4 new cards painted specially. So that would make 78 plus 4 equals 82. 82 cards, 188-page full color book, and the 8 Coins Tattoo Tarot Rose Spread that comes on a spread paper, which I will show you guys. So notice sides, and here are the ends here. Okay. So here on the top, we have the book. So this box is yay big. It's bigger than my head. So it has enough room to both store the guidebook that comes along with it, which is nice and hefty. There you go. And full color. It also has the spread. Don't want to say spread cloth because it's not a cloth, but this is the rose spread. Form a question or issue to explore in this reading. The rose spread was designed to consider both your internal feelings, cards 2, 3, 5, and 6, and the external objective realities, cards 4 and 7, about a situation. Place the first card face up in the center and place the other 6 cards around it as shown. So literally it is a fold out piece of paper in full color. Can everyone see that? In the grand tradition of spread cloths or spread papers. So you would just lay this out on a table and place your cards exactly over the positional meanings. So card 1 is the core issue this reading is about. Card 2 is your past feelings or attitudes about the issue. Card 3 is your past actions. Card 4 is the universe's advice for the present. Card 5 is your present feelings and ideas. Card 6 is where the situation is heading. And card 7 is the universe's advice for the future. Pretty cool. So instead of having that like in the guidebook written about, you have this that you can just toss on a table, toss your cards on top of it, and have a reading. So kind of like it. Kind of like the idea of it. And now the cards. Yes. Poster quality paper, it sounds like. So thicker than standard paper. Yes. Thicker than standard paper. That's correct. And full color. Mm-hmm. Not much thicker, but thicker. Yes. Okay. And then we have the cards inset into the box. And if past Hilary was doing herself favors, she would have separated the illustrated sketches from the rest of the deck. And I believe she did. So yay. So I didn't want to be playing with more cards and stacking the odds. So I did take out the additional 4 cards, which slows kind of the process of the rough draft of some of the cards versus the final. So we have the 9 of Wands here in sketch form. We have the 10 of Cups, which was drawing number 1. So that's kind of nice. Actually, sorry, drawing number 4. So I believe she has the order of how she drew the deck, all 78 cards, and then I guess more than that because there were different versions to each card. So let me actually do this in order. So card number 1 was the 9 of Wands. Card number 2, so 9 of Wands. Card number 2 was the 3 of Cups. Card number 3 was the Star. And card number 4 was the 10 of Cups. And once again, I know I say it a lot on these unboxings, especially when the artist and the writer of the guidebook is one and the same. I really like when there is reasoning, when there is written out the reason behind why that symbol appears on that card, or what artistic decisions were made for each and every one of the 78 cards, especially when the artist puts that down in the guidebook. I think it's really, really interesting. And it I don't know, it feels like I can deepen my connection not only with that deck, but also with the tarot as a whole. I feel like you get more nuanced readings that way, and I feel like it deepens your understanding of the tarot from those different artistic perspectives. So, onto the deck. So, like, for example, here, remember how we said is that the 3? That looks like the 3 of Cups to me. So here's the original Maybe not the original of the Three of Cups, but there's the Three of Cups there. And then this is the Three of Cups here. So that's the actual Three of Cups from this deck. I must have done a comparison or contrast at some point because these cards are readily to hand, which makes me very happy. But then also notice here the Nine of Wands. See, there's the drawing of the Nine of Wands, right? Here's the Nine of Wands. So not a huge amount of revision in that one, as opposed to the Three of Cups, where I think there was more of a change of understanding artistically in those two cards. See, I don't want to take out the majors of this deck. Fortunately, we do have a full color guide, so here's hoping I can actually use that and show you all the major arcanas. So I don't have to like mess with the order or the shuffle of this particular deck. So let's see here. She thick. It's a nice thick guidebook. Yes, and that might be the case. The Three of Cups final card looks more like coins. So I'm gonna look. I could be mistaken. So this particular guidebook too has nice tabbies. Hold on, you're not gonna see it that way. There we go. So you've got, even though it's not raised or anything, but you do have it on the side, so you can kind of flip through quickly and see the major arcana, and then cups, wands, swords, and pentacles. So you can find what you're looking for relatively quickly. So let's look. Let's look at the pentacles. See, it's not the Three of Pentacles, because that's the Three of Pentacles. So there you go. Yep, that is the Three of Cups. There you go. Yeah, whereas past drawn Three of Cups looks similar to usual images by other tarot decks. Right. It looks very Rider-Waite-Smith. Absolutely. And the guidebook is indeed high quality. Full color, high quality. So that means that we can look through the majors this way. So Lana Zellner is a tattoo artist, painter, and designer based in the mountains of Missoula, Montana. Pulling from her previous professional experience as an architect, Lana's art and tattoo work is heavily focused on line work, bold design elements, and detailed ornamentation. Lana has been reading tarot cards since she was 12 years old when her mother gave her a deck of cards. Lana practices solitary Wicca and spends most of her free time enjoying the vast seclusion of Montana's scenic landscape. Within her artwork, she enjoys bringing these spiritual interests to life. And I believe she is on Instagram as 8coins, 8.coins. Let me just verify that before I move forward and looking at the majors. And I believe that I am referring to their previous name. Let me just double check that. I believe they go by Elian James Shewell now. So, my apologies. But if you want to follow them on Instagram, 8.coins. It's right there. Instagram.com/8.coins. Or if you're on the gram of Insta, at 8.coins. Okay. Well, we can certainly look, can't we? Cool. They might describe it in the guidebook. So from the start, creating the deck, because my deck was being created and as a way for me to develop as an artist, I knew that the artwork in my deck would be completely different from drawing number 1 to drawing number 78. So was not done in order, as we saw. I did not want to draw. I did not want all of the wands to be from my beginner drawing phase and all of the pentacles be from my more advanced drawing phase. Because keep in mind, they were formerly an architect, worked as an architect, and had recently moved from Brooklyn to Phillipsburg, a small town in rural Montana, in April of 2014. They had decided to move to Montana so that we could escape the city and enjoy life in the mountains. I slowly realized that I wasn't getting the same satisfaction from architecture that I once did. I was ready for something new in my life after losing a large architecture project, and I was completely heartbroken. I began to realize that I was ready for something new. Around the same time, I had also started getting tattooed quite regularly. As I sat in the shop for hours at a time, just staring at the art on the walls and making small talk with my tattoo artist, I could feel my heart telling me to start drawing again. I had drawn a lot as a child and up through my early adulthood, but somehow, somewhere within my architecture career, I stopped drawing for fun. Drawing had stopped being about art and became only a tool for my job. As I looked around the tattoo shop at all of the beautiful drawings on the wall, I thought, maybe I will go home and draw tonight. So I did. I went home and did my first drawing in years. I had fun. I dedicated myself to drawing every single day. Over the course of a couple of months, I saw my drawings improve dramatically. I continued to draw every day, and I continued to see improvement in my drawing skill. Slowly, I began taking my time at the drawing table much more seriously. By the end of the summer, I had pretty firmly convinced myself that I loved drawing, I was good at it, and I should switch careers to become a tattoo artist. I really had no idea how to do this, so I asked my tattoo artist. The answer I got back from him: keep drawing lots, build a solid portfolio of your artwork, be persistent, and do not take no for an answer. In order to do this, I decided that I needed a big, focused project. I set some goals for my new project, and I wanted my project to add close to 100 drawings to my portfolio and to follow along a cohesive theme. I wanted my new project to occupy my time for over a year as I figured out the many life changes I saw coming my way. Perhaps most importantly, I wanted a project that would force me to remain introspective and thoughtful as I grew. I did a tarot reading for myself, and it clicked. I would design a deck of tarot cards. Yes. Their line about it being a tool for their job. This is why we need to get out of the mentality that every hobby has to be turned into an income stream. Yes. I mean, in this case, it kind of did. But I don't think that was the reason for it at the start. And I mean, I will say that a lot to a lot of people that want to be professional tarot readers. And I'm just like, I did not set out to become a professional tarot reader when I started reading tarot. That was not my goal. My goal was to learn tarot, not to become a professional reader giving strangers readings for money. Like, that was not really my goal at start. And I think we've lost touch. I agree with you. I think we've lost touch with that side of like doing things just for the enjoyment of it, not to monetize it. So, knowing all that backstory, now this makes a little bit more sense. Because my deck was being created as a way for me to develop as an artist, I knew that the artwork in my deck would be completely different from drawing number 1 to drawing number 78. I did not want all the lot. Excuse me, catching my throat. I did not want all of the wands to be from my beginner drawing phase and all of the pentacles be from a more advanced drawing phase. I wanted each of the suits, as well as the major arcana, to reflect the full scope of my artistic development. To ensure this, I decided that I would illustrate the cards in the order that fate would decide. I, or a person of my choosing, would shuffle the deck and pull a card. I would draw that card and keep its message in my heart as I worked on completing the artwork. Ooh! I felt like I knew that about this deck, and I've promptly forgotten it because it's been a while since I used it. So I'm glad that I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I remember that part of the story. Society has just ingrained to us that we have to constantly be hustling and not enjoy for the sake of ourselves. Yeah, and I mean that is a form of control, is it not? To, tire us out. If we're all hustling and we don't remember to create art and we're too tired to create art, easier to control us, right? Yes, I constantly have to give excuses as to why I study music and yet don't perform or do some other monetizing of it. I agree with you. Because of this system, drawing the card, pulling a card, and then drawing that card, because of this system, I deeply felt that the order of my illustrations very much reflects the personal story of this deck, my artistic development, and my journey into becoming a tattoo artist. Each drawing number has been noted in the book so that you can better understand my artistic journey if you are interested. And it's also on the bottom of every card as well. So, like, for example, the Chariot was drawing number 38. So it's on the very bottom of each and every card in this deck. Personally notable cards from this deck. Yes. Exactly. Free time is dangerous to the regime. LOL. You're right, Stephanie. You're absolutely right. So, personally notable cards, drawings number 1 and 79, the 9 of Wands. This card came as a forewarning of the long and arduous road ahead of me. I would often look back to this card and to the earlier mentioned advice from Ian, the tattoo artist, when in moments of self-doubt. Keep pushing, be persistent, and don't take no for an answer. Drawing number 7 is the Eight of Pentacles. I pulled this card the day that I met my tattoo mentor, Shaf. This card is about studying a trade, immersing yourself in your education, and perfecting your craft. I have connected very deeply with this card and have since named my company 8 Coins. I often go by the name 8 Coins as my pen name in tattooing. Yeah, double numerology. hmm Drawing number 48 is the Page of Wands. This is the first card pulled after officially beginning my apprenticeship at Black Owl Tattoo. It was about 9 months after beginning this journey. This card is about being young and full of creative energy. It's the perfect card to represent myself as a young apprentice. Quite naive, but beyond excited. There's a couple more. There's only like 2 more personal ones, but drawing number 56, the Ace of Pentacles. This was the last painting I completed before I was offered the opportunity to build my own tattoo machines and to do my very first tattoo on myself. At the time, I wasn't sure what the card meant, but in hindsight, it is quite clear what exciting new opportunity was coming my way. Today, I could not be more grateful to have been handed this big golden coin. Yeah, tarot majors are a form of journey of the Fool, so their creator is reflecting their journey. Yep. Finally, drawing number 67, the High Priestess. Here's my own tattoo. my my High Priestess tattoo. This card very much represents the feelings I have had while patiently waiting to finish the project. When I painted the High Priestess, I knew I would finish, but I was trapped in a painful position of needing to wait. Pulling together persistence and patience to let the rest of the journey unfold naturally was hard. I could not force growth or progress. I knew it would only happen slowly as I let waves of knowledge, experience, and inspiration catch a hold of me. There's a section on tarot imagery and symbolism. Throughout the 2 years I've worked on this project, I've worked very hard to represent the traditions that surround tattooing and the iconic tattoo images, spit shading technique. Artwork was created by hand with no digital enhancement or changes. I would sketch, draw, hardline, and paint each card by hand. Then I photographed the card and edited the colors only to make sure the artwork would print as close to the original as possible. I refused to edit out imperfections as I did not want it to appear that my deck was digitally created. Many of my cards still include sketch marks, and there are plenty of color bleeds seeping out of the lines. I find these markings to be an important part of my journey and something that makes my deck unique. I believe that these accidents, style changes, and visible development of skill are the story of this deck. Hard work, dedication, persistence, and of course, mistakes are all part of developing yourself as an artist. For the US Games System's publication of my deck, so I believe this was an independent deck prior to being acquired by US Games. For this version, this edition, I redid the first 4 drawings because they were created in a completely different style and format than the others. I thought very hard about going back and updating the other 16 cards that were not spit shaded, but in the end, I decided not to. I believe it is important for this deck to show the potential for change within an artist after years of consistent hard work. For cards, I was using the traditional tattoo watercolor painting style of spit shading. When spit shading, artists use their mouth to control the saturation of water on the brush. They will use their saliva to pull a smooth gradient of color across the paper. This gives my tarot cards a look similar to traditional tattoo flash. This method of painting has been used by tattoo artists for many years, and I am proud to have completed my deck using this method. Yes, I didn't know what spit shading was, by the way. Well, I hope it's still in print. I'm pretty sure it is. U.S. Game Systems. So I'm actually collaborating on a deck with a close tattoo artist friend, and now I need to buy this for her. Well, I guess it was just serendipity that I decided to feature it tonight. So let me give you the information to get it. I believe it's still in print. So U.S. Game Systems. Hold on, as I eat. I throw my deck willy-nilly. Yep, looks like it's still available on the US Games website. I mean, I'm sure I've heard of it, but I didn't know that was what that was. So if you want to purchase a copy of this deck, usgamesinc.com/8coins tattoo tarot. All right, let's look at the major arcana, and then we'll do our mid-episode reading from it. The major arcana: element of spirit. So I'm just going to show all of them, and then if there's a particular card that people are just like, "Ooh, what did she say? What did they say about this?" I can go back. So there's the Fool. Okay. Ours is not tarot themed, but this will be great inspo regardless. I'm all about inspiration. Ooh, the Magician. I had forgotten the Magician was that pretty. The High Priestess. You know I'm all about a good High Priestess. I will show you the Queen of Wands. Not a problem. Empress. Emperor. Hierophant. Lovers. Chariot. Strength. Hermit. Wheel of Fortune. Justice. Hanged Man. Oh, these are pretty cards. Mm-hmm. Would I steer you wrong, guys? Would I steer you wrong? Death. Temperance. The Devil. I wonder how many of these have since become actual tattoos. Well, this came out in 2017, so it's been how many years since? Probably quite a few. Yes. Stylish High Priestess, lovely colors and Empress, yes. The Tower. The Star. I believe the Star is the cover. No. Nope. No, the cover is the Ace of Coins. The Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, the Devil does have a Mardi Gras look to it. Star is really pretty. The Moon. Yeah. I like that tower. Yeah, I like it too. It's like, why is that tower pretty? The Sun. Judgment. Very heaven and hell for a Judgment. Look at that. And then finally, the World. Gorgeous. All right. And for Stephanie was the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands doesn't even appear on the Queen of Wands. It's just a big old sunflower. See, that was my original thought too. The moon wasn't hitting for me, but if you look closer, at the moon, it has all of the phases. It has the moon phases on the crustacean. So, like, I used to not like that version of the moon, but now I like it. Yeah. Really taken with these images. They aren't all RWS. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting, right? All right. Any other requests? I'm going to pull up the Queen of Swords because you know I'm a Queen of Swords kind of girl. Oh, and since I'm right here on the Three of Cups, right? Three festively painted teacups sit stacked upon each other, the calm quiet remains of a joyful gathering of friends. Each cup is unique in its ornamentation, but they complement each other quite well. A large purple rose sits in the foreground. The rose is in its fullest bloom, symbolizing mature, healthy, vibrant friendship. Two candles in the background have been burning for a while, but have plenty of time remaining to burn. I like that. The kind of like mismatched cups that are stacked like in a sink, after a party. I like that depiction. Oh, I see. I think I'm craving more moody colors in it. In the moon, I get it. So, swords. There's the Queen of Swords. Any other requests? I can pull from the guidebook, so you just let me know. All right, let's move on to the mid-episode reading. Yeah, RWS meaning I like that idea behind the imagery of the Three of Cups. Yeah, me too. So we have our lottery jar, comment snake, and if you would like to participate in the mid-episode reading for a chance to win a free 3-card reading with me live on the broadcast from the 8 Coins Tattooed Tarot, put tarot in the chat. TAROT in the chat. And our contest will close in about 3 minutes and 33 seconds. So let's put the timer on there right now. And if there's no takers, we will move right into the weekend forecast. But I have a feeling there's someone that wants to be read from the 8 Coins Tattoo Tarot because the images are just beautiful. It's a beautiful little deck. By the way, if what people are wondering about cardstock, good solid cardstock, not flimsy at all. Has a nice shine to it. Glides very, very nicely. And just so you know, so I don't have any like tricks up my sleeves or cards up my sleeves, the 4 cards have been removed from the deck of the original drawings for the 3 of Cups, the 9 of Wands, the Star, and the 10 of Cups. So they are out. They are over here. They are not in the deck. just the actual cards are in the deck. So we are not working with a stacked deck. It's just 78 cards. Well, I mean, you could get a reading, Katie. Someone get a reading. I want to see more cards. Yeah, see? Glides very, very well. Put that up to my microphone. Oh, there is a Tracy here that wrote tarot with an exclamation point. Tracy, put it back in with no exclamation point, just TAROT. Otherwise, my automatic lottery jar is not going to pick it up. King of Pentacles or 10 of Cups? Curious. Well, you did see the 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups didn't really change much from its original version. It looks pretty much like this. And then the King of Pentacles is... There you go, Tracy. Welcome to the broadcast. Here's the King of Pentacles. Very rich coloring, beautiful like reds and burgundy and the purpley red grapes. Oh, really pretty. All right, 30 more seconds. Otherwise, Tracy's the winner. Oh, thank you, Tracy. It is a labradorite, my pendant. Labradorite with a very nice blue flash that I got at Pathways in St. Louis when we did our original kitchen table gathering conference. Yeah, the colors are beautiful on this, Katie. All right. That be that. Pick a winner. It's Tracy. Tracy, welcome. I'm not sure if you've ever been present for the live stream, which I've been doing every Friday night for the past 6 years, but welcome. The mid-episode reading is when one lucky viewer wins a free 3-card reading with me live on the broadcast, and tonight it's you. So please go ahead and put your question into the chat, and I will pull 3 cards for you from the 8 Coins Tattoo Tarot. Everyone say yay for Tracy. Now, I was going to say, as we wait for Tracy's question to come through, just a reminder, if you did not win the mid-episode reading tonight, you can book a reading with me. Tarotbyhilary.com is where all of my readings are booked through. Please and thank you. Okay, but Tracy's question is already in, so here you go. How will the rest of October go? Let's see. Again, we are working with the 8 Coins Tattoo Tarot from US Games. How will the rest of October go? Okay. All right, Tracy, for you, we are getting looks like the 5 of Swords, the 10 of Pentacles reversed, and the Page of Pentacles. So it seems... So what I like to do with readings like this is to give my own impression, give my own interpretation, and then go to the guidebook for the remainder. So that way I'm not unduly influenced by the guidebook unnecessarily. But your first card is the 5 of Swords, which is a very interesting 5 of Swords. It definitely does not look like the Rider-Waite-Smith version of the 5 of Swords. You've got the hands of 3 swords. You have another sword, and then yet another sword. There is that original imagery of the RWS in there, but it's almost like it's like a pathway, almost a pathway of different options. Like, again, there is that meaning of the 5 of Swords, like failed mediation, or like no one's walking away really happy about the situation. But with the weird eye and the cloud, it's just like it feels like you don't quite get what you wanted, or you get what you wanted, but it's not what you think you wanted. And so I think it's just like, it almost is like this misdirection, or like rejection is redirection kind of vibe that I get from the 5 of Swords, which I've never really experienced in the 5 of Swords before, but that's kind of what I'm getting from this visual interpretation. So it's just like, if things have been going a little bit weird for you, again, we're only 10 days into October, but if it's just like things have been a little bit hinky or a little wonky, or it's just like the timing hasn't been right, or like things have been going a little bit wrong, like just know that rejection is redirection. Same thing a little bit here with the 10 of Pentacles reversed, especially with regard to finances, group projects, and also networking. Like it's usually when I see the 10 of Pentacles upright, I think about commerce. I think about like almost like it's like a bustling marketplace. It's like networking, like your ideas are getting out there. You're starting to see some traction. But with the reversal, it's just like this, like kind of like ships in the night, like near misses, where it's just like you're trying to get together with somebody and it keeps on not happening, or it's just like, oh, that appointment was canceled. This person wasn't available. It's just like, it's all going to be fine in the end. Like, it's almost like shine on to the last card, because the last card is the Page of Pentacles, where I think that things start to get moving in the right direction. Maybe within the next 5 days or so, it's just like, it feels like the month started off rut for you, but like the second half of the month is smoother sailing. Again, that redirection, it's not rejection, it's redirection. You're going the right way, I promise. Yeah. Rejection is redirection is a great line to think about. Yeah. Very interesting art. Yeah. I agree with you. I love this art. Okay. So now that I've shown you my interpretation of the cards, let's go to the guidebook. I'm not done. We're not done yet. We're not done yet. So, according to the guidebook, the Five of Swords, because it's such an unusual visual. Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is about self-interest, greed, selfishness, or deception. It reminds us to think of others and to see how our actions might be affecting them. This card brings to discussion our human desire to think only of ourselves rather than those who are close to us, the group, or society as a whole. Consider the bigger picture and acknowledge the damages caused by the selfishness and deception around you. Sneakiness and lies will only fuel the fire. Honesty and open communication will help you move past this hostile environment. Again, like Five of Swords usually is about like being in a hostile environment. So it's like rising above. Like there are other pathways. There are definitely other pathways other than this. Okay. 10 of Pentacles. So just know in this guidebook, there are no reversed meanings. Even though I usually read with reversals, there's no reversed meanings in the guidebook. So keep in mind, the card did come up reversed though. 10 of Pentacles encourages taking the long route and planning for the future, even if it feels a little boring. This card also comes as an omen of good fortune. So it's just like the reversal doesn't negate the fact that it is good fortune. It just might take a little bit longer. Hard work pays off, but it just takes a little bit longer. An old man sits with his hound watching a young family dance in the sunset of a warm summer evening. Life has calmed down for the man. He's enjoying the fruits of a lifetime of hard work. Take the time to build a solid foundation for your career and family. Becoming wealthy and feeling secure in your life will not come without sacrifice. It may feel dull, but it can be tremendously noble and rewarding. Security and stability are necessary for you to feel comfortable. You may have to play it safe, avoid risk, and follow conventions that you don't particularly care for. Again, with the reversal, maybe not so much. It's just like it is about like kind of taking the long way to get what you want. And then finally, the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles comes right after the 10 of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles knows there's no use in playing childish games and waiting for somebody else to solve their problems. She has recently realized that having dreams is wonderful, but now is the time to take action to make them a reality. The eye opens and the page sees herself as an adult for the first time in her life. Her dreams are big, but the clock is ticking. If she wants the big gold pentacle, the delicate strand of pearls, or those pretty purple flowers, she will have to get her hands dirty. It's time to wake up. It's time to stop daydreaming. It's time to make things happen. Take advantage of an opportunity that has recently become available to you. Come up with a practical plan to get things done and start working. Be fair and be honest. Stay true to yourself and don't make any more excuses. You have to open your eyes and face the music. Now is the time to manifest your dreams. Take action to make things real. That's kind of funny that I was reading about the Page of Pentacles for Tracy and you've received the package you've been waiting all day on. It's like really literal tarot. So, Tracy, thank you very much for being vulnerable enough to be read for in a public space. I do appreciate it. I hope this reading helped you. And I'm seeing pretty good things for you for the remainder of the month. You're very, very welcome. Now, once again, if you have tried to participate in the mid-episode reading before and you haven't won, you just have to tune in again next week. We do this every Friday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, when technology works properly, on the Tube of You and the Book Face. So please follow, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. I'm really, really trying to build up this channel, no matter where you're viewing it. I'm trying to build it up. So please help me out. And if you like this video, share it with your friends. I would super, super appreciate it. And of course, as always, if you want to book a reading with me, you can do so at tarotbyhilary.com. Please and thank you. So I hope everyone enjoyed the eight coins tattoo tarot. I really enjoyed this deck. I had forgotten I even had this deck. Like, this is the problem with being a reader. I have a lot of tarot decks, and the main question that people ask me is, how many tarot decks do you own? I don't want to answer, because then that would mean that I would have to count and actually answer that question. And earlier when we did our Feral Friday readings on the gram of Insta, and I was talking about the reviewer box that I got from Llewellyn, I was saying maybe about 2 weeks ago, I saw some clients and I brought some decks with me and actually gave them away. I know. Scary, right? Like, oh my God, she actually gave her decks away. Like, not all of them, obviously. And I came home and I was just like, yeah, so I got rid of 4 decks, not saying got rid of, rehomed them to a loving family. And my husband was just like, I'm very proud of you. And then the next day, he walked in with the box from Llewellyn and he was just like, this is so heavy. What the hell did you do? I'm just like, I got reviewer copies of some decks and some books. And he's just like, Hilary. I'm like, what? It is. It is. Aren't tarot reader and tarot hoarder a perfect circle? Yes, it is. Yes, obviously. I am completing the tarot cycle. I am doing my job. And then also, with these unboxings, I'm enabling all of you. And the cycle of capitalism and tarot continues. Yes, I should answer with pi. 3.14, da 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 da, a never-ending number. I am a tarot magpie. I am the Keith Richards of tarot, as Teresa Reed lovingly calls me. So, yes, inspired by Teresa. Correct. Exactly. I am just picking up the mantle for her. Okay. Oh, also inspired by Teresa to rehome some decks, right? She's been doing some house cleaning. But unlike Teresa, I have been replacing them as they've gone out the door, which I don't think is the point of season change cleaning. Anyway, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Okay. Once again, subscribe, hit the bell, buy a reading from me so I can buy more tarot decks to read from for you. It's symbiosis, right? Okay. So, what shall we do for the weekend forecast? So we have a good many tarot decks on my reading surface right now. We have, of course, the 8 coins tattoo tarot. I will usually go to an oracle card or an oracle deck for the weekend forecast, but we can do affirmation cards too. So we have the Super Attractor affirmation deck. We have the Work Your Light. We have the Visionary Oracle. We have the Citadel Oracle. We have the Nocturna Oracle. Let's see, what else? And a Partridge in a Pear Tree. Oh, I love the idea of a Tarot by Hilary deck swap. Guys, There's a lot. It took me a long time to part with the decks that I did part with because I just wasn't using them. And sometimes when I am cleaning up, I'm just like, oh yeah, I'll definitely get rid. Oh wait, I like this deck, as it happened with the 8 coins tattoo tarot. So um, the last time I did a deck swap was this is a while ago. It was at Reader Studio where they had a deck swap table where you leave a deck, you take a deck, and the last time I was there, I was going to put down the Deviant Moon by Patrick Valenza, which is a wonderful, wonderful deck. It's just not for me. Lovely, lovely man. That deck is just not for me. That's fine. It didn't even make it to the table, guys. Someone saw that I was about to put it on the table and they took it out of my hands. I'm just like, that's fine. And what did I get in exchange? I think I got the Gypsy Witch fortune telling cards. And I don't even know if I even kept them. I don't think I did. So, but sure. But again, Stephanie, that means that I have to update my list. So I do have a list on my website, and I believe it's Tarot Deck Library if you want to search it on my website. But I haven't updated it in a while. So, but updating it means that I do have to take stock, and I don't want to. I'm scared. Yes, clean out, exactly. Clean it out to create space for the newcomers. Exactly, right. Of course. All right. Someone suggest an oracle deck, or we can do what we've been doing for the last couple of weeks, which is going to Rebecca Campbell's website and clicking the instant guidance and reading from there. Ah, ooh, interesting. Close your eyes, reach down to the left. Gosh, you do know where my decks are, Fran. That's scary. All right. Most of my decks I pulled out of my bag, though, so they're more on the right than the left, but I'll do what you said. Oh, no one wants that. I don't think you guys want that. I don't think you want the Visconti Sforza. I did what you said. I closed my eyes and I reached down to the left. And I kept on going until I hit pay dirt. And this is the pay dirt. So, y'all, I don't have the strength to give you a weekend forecast with the Visconti Sforza. Want me to try again? Oh, that's intriguing. I didn't realize I had this deck in here. It's the little cards. Does anyone want to know what's in this bag? This is my first Lenormand deck. It is Kendra's Vintage Petite Lenormand by Kendra Hartau. It is the little deck, as my clients know it. And I also do have. Did I leave my? I left my key pendulum in here. Thought I had left my Labradorite pendulum in with it, but I guess not. Try again or try to the right if another testy one appears. Well, I mean, the Lenormand isn't testy. It's just a little bit harder to decipher because it is not the same divination as tarot. Yes. Yes, it is. It's even smaller than regular Lenny. Yes, it is. So it's much easier to do. Oh, okay. So I'm pulling the Gent card. Does that mean I should ask my husband? Yeah, I put my little cards in my purse. Which deck? Which deck should we use, Lenny? Besides you. Getting the Gen card again. What does that mean? All right, I have a feeling I know what it's trying to say. I think it wants Mr. Tarot by Hilary to decide. Or one drawn by a man. That's, well. I mean, I do have Tarot of the Unexplained right next to me, and that's by Dave Zilla. So, yes, I think so too. I think that's what it's trying to tell us. Ask hubby to pick deck. Okay. So I'm gonna walk out there, and he's gonna be like, "Are you done with your show? Because I didn't hear you say your final tagline, so you must not be." And he'd be right. Let's go ask him. Hey, honey. I'm not done with my show yet, but the cards have decided that you have to decide the oracle deck for the weekend forecast. What? I pulled Lenormand and I got the Gent card. So I think that's a sign that you decide which oracle deck. Just is there a particular deck that comes to mind or an image that comes to mind or something? Where are your Marvel cards? Huh? Where? Where? Oh, you're gonna make a mess. The oracle deck. Thank you. All right. Do you hear the debate, everybody? Winner, winner. So watch him pick unexplained. He doesn't. So the conversation was he doesn't know enough about the decks that I do own. See, I'm telling you right now, I have never actually counted them. So I can't take proper inventory because then I would know how many I have, and then he would know how many I have, and that is unacceptable. So, but he was just like, use mine. So we are going with the Magic of Marvel Oracle deck. This is from Insight Editions. It is something that I bought for him, I believe. Everyone wave hello to Mr. Tarot by Hilary, or at least his voice. So I have given him, so he has the Marvel Tarot deck, he has the Magic of Marvel Oracle deck, and he also has Diablo the Sanctuary, which Jamie ended up sending to me. So I did do an unboxing of that if you guys want to check that out. I feel like I've done an unboxing of all of these decks. Maybe not the Oracle deck. Anyway. Yeah, exactly. True. This is like my husband asking how many shoes I packed for vacation. No one needs to know that number. Exactly. No one does need to know that number. Okay. So, Tracy has the Marvel Tarot too. It's a nice deck. It is a nice deck, and I actually really agree with some of the pairings, and it's not just a kitschy kind of deck where it's like tarot for tarot's sake, because I can't stand that kind of stuff. I like that it's not gimmicky. it actually they took time to match things up correctly of the tarot archetypes, and especially the minor arcana too. They really did do a good job on that, because even the minor arcana had like the the soul stones, and um they took the time, because a lot of decks will just do the major arcana, and then the minor arcana they kind of like phone it in. It's not cool. Yeah, the two of cups, for instance. Yep. Hmm. Exactly. I wore them all. I wore all the shoes. That's all that matters. Okay, let's do the weekend forecast, um from the Gent's Decision, which is the Magic Marvel Oracle deck. This is from Insight Editions, while the Marvel Tarot deck is from Rizzoli Publishing. I swear, if I get She-Hulk, I'm going to be very mad, because there was, because my husband did use this deck, and he was doing card of the day pulls for himself, and he was just like, "Oh my god, not this card again!" And it's just like, what does it mean when the same card comes up for you like 3 days in a row? And I'm just like, now you know how it feels. All right. So the weekend forecast from the Marvel Oracle is, what do we need to know for this weekend? Ronan the Accuser. Let's see. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna, let's see. Let's see if he laughs. Ronan. I knew you would laugh. I knew you would laugh. He did. He did laugh. Yeah. It was warning him not to anger his wife. So the reason I'm laughing, the reason he's laughing, he cackled and he said, "Burn it down," because we have Ronan the Accuser. Let it all burn. This is one of the cards that he was continually getting, and a very trying week for him. So it's kind of hilarious that this is coming up. Let's see. Ronan the Accuser. Let it all burn. Ronan the Accuser is accustomed to having the final say, and he is infusing your reading with that energy. You may be seeking a way out, but don't lose sight of the fact that not all endings are good endings. Right now, your decisions are clouded in negativity, and you are at risk of burning every bridge in sight. Remember that you can part ways without destruction. You can part ways without destruction. I don't know what you guys got going on this weekend, but man, hold your fire. All right. I think we're good. I think we're good. I think we're done. Once again, thank you all so much for watching. Let me go ahead and upload our end screen before I part ways with you for the night. I believe it's this one. Okay. Wow. Wow, guys. Yeah. Tracy says, interesting, things to ponder. Thank you. You're welcome. But I enjoy watching it burn. So do I. So do I. Fran says, oh man. Well, in this case, at least I can't blame the cards. Actually, I can blame the cards, but I'm going to blame my husband instead. I think you all should too. So thank you all so much for watching. We'll do this again next week. Same bat time, same bat channel, Friday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Once again, I am your host, Hilary of tarotbyhilary.com, professional tarot reader and EFT tapping practitioner, here to demystify the mystical and put you in touch with the most beautiful of gifts, your own intuition. Because yes, my friends, do not argue with me. You have intuition. Yeah. Yeah, so says the Aries. Yeah, I know. Card carrying Aries here, triple Aries, I know, in all the wrong places. Katie says, thank you, Hilary. Have a good weekend, everyone. No fire starting. I will try not to. Great session. Thank you. You're very, very welcome, Tracy. So I will see you all again next week. Is it going to be another unboxing? I don't know. I don't know. And hopefully I will be able to do this again next week. There's stuff going on this week, and I won't be able to tell you about it until after the fact. So here's hoping that I will be able to do the live stream once again next week on Friday the 17th. I do know that on Halloween night, we are going to be doing the traditional spooky story time of The Blue-Nosed Witch by Margaret Embry. I have my copy right over here. So that will be Halloween night, Friday, October 31st, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I will make sure to pre-schedule it, and hopefully by that time we'll have figured out the weirdness of the tube of you. Until then, I guess I'll upload it. I'll figure it out as I normally do. All right. Have a great rest of your week and your weekend. Don't set anything on fire, please. And I will see you next week. Bye.